You might see something like this and think, ooh, camber, wide body, wing. This is an intimidating car. Well, it's supposed to be intimidating, but actually, if you're intelligent, it's not. Allow me to explain. Stick until the end, because this one's actually quite funny. What we have here is the Honda NSX widebody, or the Acura NSX widebody, but I'm from the UK, we call it a Honda here. It's got camber on it. The camber is important, as you'll have worked out from the video title. See, what the camber is supposed to do is make turns better, by making the car able to turn in more. But, as you can see from here, look, this is the stats, 217 miles an hour and 8 handling. I'm going to go on this road, and I'm going to accelerate. We're in 7th gear now, and I physically cannot exceed 180 miles an hour. I don't know why, but that's because, I don't know much about camber, to be honest. But as you can see, no matter how hard I try, I can't exceed 180 in a car that should be doing 217. Interesting. Here's the NSX. Still fully tuned. We'll give it race tyres as well. And on a half mile, with all the camber on, let's see how well it does, because I'm convinced... Oh, well, the EB110s are gone, obviously, isn't it? Because I'm convinced the acceleration is actually worse. Well, 14.582. That's pretty poor, to be honest. So, this may prove to be that the acceleration is worsened with camber. Let's find out by running it standard alignment. No camber, I mean. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, still running that same tune. But this time, no camber. Completely gone. That definitely feels faster. Ha! True. Completely smoked by an EB110. And what you'll note is it's actually achieved its top speed and gone beyond that much quicker. So camber also worsens your acceleration. So why would you put camber on a car? You may presume it looks like more intimidating. You know, works on something tuner like this. Little Dorito engine Mazda. Oh god. But even then, that means it only works on a select few cars. The tuner ones with all the wide bodies. Other than that, it looks completely stupid. When we look at something like this, a proper high-performance exotic, like this Snow Spec 1-to-1, that's even supposed to have a livery like the Top Speed Run version, then we compare it to something like this, Cambered Vision GT. It's really obvious that camber is only meant for the stupid street cars. And even then, it actually makes them worse. as it turns out, camber sort of gives problems to the car's handling. I find it makes the cars much slippier in the corners. Like every corner, the back feels like it. There in the NSX, not in the NSX, in the S2000, just in that corner, I had to countersteer to keep the back in line. Did you see that? This is a car that won't. Oh bollocks! That won't go beyond 186, and it's sliding in the corners because of camber. Oh, for God's sake. That's the problem with camber. Yes, it makes you turn better, but it also makes you lose grip much easier. Well then, maybe, just maybe, there could be one other use. Drifting. Oh, see you, Bacon. Anyway, well, that's true, actually. It does make your car drift better. My S15, I've complained for quite a while, doesn't drift too well. And I find it's much better now that it's got camber on. The problem is, that means there's simply 2 or maybe 3 advantages to camber. Drifting, aesthetics, and maybe cornering, but only if you're a really good driver. Which means that for 90% of us, it's pointless. Which means that not only do you ruin your car, you've wasted money. Because you've spent £1,000 on it. Which arguably isn't too much, but still. It's pretty poor. Really poor. Especially since, well, there's one more problem with it. That's the way people use it. See, the most commonly used car with camber, I don't actually know. But, ironically enough, they are less commonly used for street cars and more commonly used like this. This offends my eyes. People will go and put camber on something brilliant, like a 250 GTO, or something more modern and brilliant, like the Vision GT I showed you earlier. I see cambered 1-to-1s and CTSVs all the time. Chalk and cheese cars, neither of which are supposed to have camber on. And it annoys me, because it also means that something like the 1-to-1 can't exceed very high speeds. See, look. Hey, look, I'm recreating a shot from my intro. The 250 GTO couldn't exceed 165 miles an hour. And I just find myself asking myself, why? Why would you do it? I'm getting annoyed now. And here is the purely ironic part. If you put camber on a police LC500, a car which is notoriously slow, it actually doesn't affect it that much. It'll do 185. Which is, well, this is the tuned version, but even so, the fact that it will go to the top speed of the base version when you tune it and put camber on, that's surprising. Still feels terrible though. I never want to see this again. Get me out of this. Leave me. Yet, somehow, what I've managed to do is get a cambered Jesco Absolute. This is fully, cambered like all the rest of the cars. to 296 miles an hour. This shouldn't be possible. Because after, I think it's 6th or 5th, it gets stuck. But for some reason, the physics of the game dictate, look, 5th, 206, but for some reason the physics of the game dictate that I can change gear mid-air no matter what. So, when I got air over there, I'm now in 6th. Now I'm stuck in 6th. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip down here. Oh. Okay, I will admit that you can manage to glitch yourself to a high top speed when you have camber. But that just means that you spin off much easier. There really is no victory to this. Unless you're drifting, there's no point. And that's sad. Anyway, thank you for watching. There's a lesson to be learnt from this. If you like making your wheels angle at stupid angles and making yourself look like a prat, just know that now there are people that know you're just making your car slower.